Question 6. What have you learnt about technologies from the process of constructing this product? Throughout the course, I have had to use many different types of technology to conduct research, in pre-production, to produce my film and evaluate it. To document all my coursework, I had to set up a blog. I set this up on Blogger, and this is where all my coursework is based on. While the site allows you to type straight onto it, I tended to use other technologies and place them on Blogger via a link or through the service SlideShare. This website allowed me to upload any presentation I may have made onto it and gave me a link that could be shared on Blogger. SlideShare was very important as it allowed me to upload PowerPoints rather than essays that allowed me to express my coursework in a more creative way. To make these, I mostly used Microsoft PowerPoint. This is a very useful program because it allows you to annotate your work, add images and convey work in a more aesthetically pleasing and interesting way than Microsoft Word could. Although I did use Microsoft Word to create a script and tables for things such as my production schedule. I also used the program Inspiration to create mind maps to easily convey my initial ideas for my film opening. To film the entirety of my film opening, I used a Canon 1100D camera. I used this camera mainly due to availability, and it would have been better if I used a 600D camera as it produces a better picture and has audio support. However, I have used the 1100D in the past and I knew it could still produce decent images, and due to my sound mostly being non-diegetic anyway, it meant the no audio support was only a small issue. To stabilise the camera, I used a tripod in many of the scenes. This was so I was able to achieve maximum quality for the scene and pan the camera fluidly. To store the footage I shot, I used a Class 10 32GB SD card. This amount of storage space meant I was able to shoot scenes multiple times and choose the best one. The 90 megabytes per second also meant transferring my clips to a school computer was done quickly. I chose to edit my film opening on school computers on the program Adobe Premiere Pro. This program allowed me to add multiple layers of sound so dialogue, sound effects and soundtracks could all be heard at once. The program is very useful and wasn't too complicated to use. It allowed me to add effects to my shots such as changing their brightness and allowed me to add transitions like the dips to black. To create my title, I used the program After Effects. This program allows you to create high quality movie titles, however I found it very difficult to use. Due to this I had to use the website YouTube and watch tutorials to teach myself how to create titles. The website is great as it has hundreds of different tutorials with varying levels of difficulty, and was how I was able to learn to use After Effects. For my evaluation, I used varying types of technologies. To answer several of my questions, I used different presentation programs and services, these including PowerPoint, Prezi, and Emaze. While PowerPoint allowed me to answer creatively, Prezi and Emaze offer ways of creating presentations which is much different to a normal PowerPoint. They allow me to present my coursework in a very unique way and allow me to share my work straight to Blogger rather than having to use SlideShare like PowerPoint needs to. I also used the service Powtoon, which allowed me to create an animation to answer one of my questions and made me able to answer it in a creative way. However, I had to upload it to the website YouTube to share it to Blogger. I also used a 600D camera to record a response, which shot very high quality images, where I again used Premiere Pro to edit my response and add pictures and footage from my film opening to it. I even used a Sony audio recorder to answer to this question, with a 2GB SD card so I'd be able to store all of it. Overall, I've had to use many different types of technologies and have chosen the ones to create all my coursework in the best and most creative ways possible. I've had to learn how to use many different technologies, but I felt they have been the best and most effective way to create my coursework.